Welcome to Indonesia, where every island hides a paradise. Okay, so, Indonesia. I feel like when you think of Indonesia, your brain immediately goes to Bali, right? Like smoothie bowls, yoga retreats, that one specific swing everyone has a picture on. And like, no hate, Bali is amazing, I get it. But what if I told you that's just like the very beginning? It's the appetizer. And we're here for the full, like 7-course meal. We're talking about places that feel so unreal, you'll start to question if you're actually awake, or if this is just some crazy, vivid dream you're having after eating too much pizza before bed. Which, by the way, I do a lot. So I packed my bags, which was a whole ordeal in itself, obviously. I probably packed way too many mismatched socks and not enough sunscreen, a classic me move. But my goal was to find the spots that aren't plastered all over everyone's feed. Okay, first stop is this place called Nusa Penida, and honestly, it feels like a different planet. You know when you see pictures online that's definitely edited? There's no way water is that blue. I'm here to report that it is in fact that blue. It's almost like offensively beautiful. I spent a solid 10 minutes just staring at it, trying to figure out if my eyes were malfunctioning. It's the kind of blue that looks like a blue raspberry slushie, a really fancy, organic, artisanal one. Getting here was its own little adventure. You take this public fast boat from Sanur. It's more like a fun, slightly chaotic party on the water. Everyone's excited, the wind is going crazy, and you just feel like you're escaping to somewhere truly special. Then, the real fun begins. We rented a scooter. My scooter skills are questionable at best. I'm more of a wobble and pray kind of driver. It's the best way to feel the island. Driving around, you feel so free. The wind is just like whipping through your hair. Every corner you turn, there's another insane view. We found these little hidden coves that you have to hike down to. The paths are a bit sketchy, not gonna lie. Am I an adventurer or am I just clumsy? The answer is probably both. It's just you, the sand, this ridiculously perfect water. And the budget tip here is a lifesaver. Alright, so after the whole epic cliff situation in Nusa Penida, I was ready for something a little chiller. And we found it in Amed. It's technically still Bali, but it feels like a completely different universe from the busy parts like Canggu or Seminyak. The vibe here is just slow. The first thing you notice is the sand. It's black, glittery volcanic black sand. Wide black sand beach with fishing boats. Lying on a black sand beach feels kind of goth and glamorous. The whole town is a long, sleepy coastal road dotted with little villages. No big resorts or fancy beach clubs, just family-run guest houses. The family who ran our place was so sweet. Banana pancakes every morning. It felt like staying with friends. The main event in Amed is under the water. It's a huge diving and snorkeling spot. I was nervous. The ocean is big and I am small. We joined a shared dive trip to save money. Our guide was amazing. Learning dive gear, guide pointing things out. We saw a shipwreck, spooky and cool. So many colorful fish. It looked like a literal cartoon. Like, Finding Nemo was actually a documentary. Who knew? Even if you don't dive, snorkeling off the beach is insane. You can literally just walk into the water, put your face in, and there's a whole world there. Coral gardens, little schools of fish that swim right up to you. I spent an entire afternoon just floating around, feeling like a mermaid. It's so peaceful. The only sound is your own breathing and the reef crackle. The evenings in Amed are my favorite part. The pace gets even slower. You just find a little restaurant or a warung on the beach. You sit with your feet in the sand, eat amazing, cheap local food, and watch the sunset behind Mount Agung. It's majestic and a little intimidating, the perfect backdrop. Honestly, Amed is the perfect place to just decompress. Read a book, go for a swim, not have to think about anything else. It's not about partying, it's about connecting with the local culture and the ocean. It's a reminder that sometimes the most luxurious thing is just quiet. And banana pancakes. Definitely banana pancakes. Okay, so, if Nusa Penida was another planet, and Amed was a sleepy dream, Raja Ampat is, I don't even have a metaphor. It's just straight up paradise. Like the dictionary definition. The screensaver that came with your computer in 2005? This is where they filmed it. It's so ridiculously, stupendously beautiful it feels fake. I kept having to like touch a leaf or splash water on my face to make sure I hadn't just passed out and was in some sort of heavenly waiting room. Getting here is a journey. It's not easy. It involves multiple flights, a ferry, and you start to wonder if it's worth it. Let me just settle that for you right now. It is. 100,000%. The effort it takes to get here keeps it pristine and untouched. It's nature's way of filtering out the casuals. You have to really want it. The main thing about Raja Ampat is the biodiversity. That's a sciencey word, but basically it means there's more life here than almost anywhere on Earth, especially marine life. They call it the last paradise. The coral gardens are untouched. It's like swimming through a kaleidoscope. The colors are so bright they almost hurt your eyes. Pinks, purples, oranges. It's insane. The sheer number of fish is mind-boggling. You're literally swimming through clouds of them. We stayed in a homestay, budget-friendly. You're living with a local family on a tiny remote island. It's basic. Really basic. Sometimes the power only comes on for a few hours at night. But it's the most authentic experience. You eat what they eat. You fall asleep to the waves. You wake to a perfect lagoon. It's a good trade-off for no Wi-Fi. Budget tip. Book snorkeling with local guides. They know the water better than anyone. They grew up here and can take you to secret spots away from other boats. We swam with about a dozen giant manta rays. Huge, graceful, like alien spaceships. One of the most surreal, moving moments of my life. I think I cried into my snorkel mask a little bit. Raja Ampat is not a trip. It's an expedition. It's for when you want to be disconnected from the modern world and completely plugged into nature. It's raw. It's powerful. It's a place that will ruin all other beaches for you. Probably forever. Sorry about that. But also, you're welcome. So after all that time spent underwater being a fake mermaid, I was ready to use my legs again and get up high. We went to Mount Bromo. Waking up at 2 a.m. is never, ever on my list of fun things to do. I am not a morning person. Don't talk to me until I've had 2 coffees. But for this, I made an exception, and I'm so glad I did. It starts in the dark. Picked up in an old-school Jeep. Very Jurassic Park vibes. Bumping along dark sandy tracks with a convoy of Jeeps. Mysterious and exciting. Driving up in the pitch black to a viewpoint. Freezing cold, all huddled, drinking hot coffee, waiting. And then, it starts. Sky. Black, deep blue, purple, pink, orange. Light reveals an otherworldly landscape. Looks like the moon. Or Mars. Massive crater with smoking volcanoes, including Mount Bromo. Valley filled with a sea of clouds and mist. One of the most breathtaking views I've ever seen. Silent, watching colors change as the sun peaks. A spiritual experience. The earth putting on a private show. All that sleepiness vanishes. You're awake. After sunrise, the adventure continues. Back in the Jeep, driving down into the sea of sand. Huge, flat, volcanic ash plain, like another planet. At the base of Mount Bromo, climb the long staircase. Legs burning, worth it. View from the top, standing on the rim of an active volcano. Look down, smoke billowing. You can hear it rumbling, terrifying, exhilarating. Powerful reminder that nature is alive. Ancient, powerful landscape. Mount Bromo hits you on a primal level, totally worth the lack of sleep. Next up, we decided to go somewhere really, really off the beaten path. Like, if the beaten path is a highway, we took a tiny dirt road that might not even be on the map. We went to Sumba Island. And Sumba is wild. It's not the polished, manicured paradise of some other places. It's raw, untamed, and so beautiful because of it. The first thing you hear about Sumba is the horses. There are these wild horses that just roam around. Sometimes you'll see them galloping along the beach. It's like a scene from a movie. The landscape is different. Less dense jungle and more rolling golden hills. Kind of like an African savanna. It's rugged and vast and feels incredibly cinematic. Getting around Sumba is an adventure in itself. There's not a lot of public transport, so the move is to hire a local driver. Ours knew the island like the back of his hand, and took us to places we never would have found on our own. It's a great way to travel because you're directly supporting the local community, and you get all the insider knowledge. He told us stories about local villages and their unique culture. One of the highlights was finding these hidden waterfalls. You hike through fields and little bits of jungle, and then suddenly, perfect turquoise pools cascading down rocks. And the best part? We were the only ones there. We had this entire stunning waterfall to ourselves. We just spent the afternoon swimming and jumping in. It was pure, simple joy, like being kids again. The beaches in Sumba are next level. Miles and miles of empty, pristine white sand. So clean and untouched it feels wrong to even walk on them. We stayed in simple, rustic beach bungalows, basically huts on the sand. Falling asleep to the ocean, waking to a deserted beach, that's a 5-star experience in my book. Sumba is not for everyone. It requires patience and a sense of adventure. Things don't always go to plan. But if you embrace the chaos and go with the flow, you're rewarded with beauty that feels rare and precious. It hasn't been sanitized for tourists yet. It's authentic. And that's what makes it unforgettable. So I thought Sumba was remote. And then we went to the Togean Islands. This place is like remote on a whole other level. It's so off the grid that I was like, do I even exist anymore? Am I just a figment of my own imagination? There's barely any phone signal, no Wi-Fi, limited electricity. It's a forced digital detox, and it was kind of the best thing ever. Getting to the Togeans is a mission, an overnight ferry. Sounds romantic, but actually a very long, very slow boat ride. You try to sleep on a little mat. Humbling, but part of the adventure. The moment you see the islands on the horizon, you forget the uncomfortable ferry ride. A cluster of jungle-covered islands in ridiculously clear, calm water. The whole vibe, slow living. There's nothing to do here, and that's the point. Wake up, swim, eat, read in a hammock, snorkel, eat, watch the sunset, sleep. That's it. It's glorious. It forces you to just be. Real conversations, no one staring at their phone. It's wild. We stayed in homestays built on stilts over the water. A rickety wooden pier connected our bungalow to the island. You could jump straight into the ocean, which I did, many, many times. The water is so clear you can see coral and fish from your deck. Underwater, you look up at stilts with fish weaving through. The snorkeling here is phenomenal. Healthy, untouched coral gardens. We took a little boat to Jellyfish Lake, a landlocked saltwater lake filled with millions of stingless jellyfish. You can float among them. Weird, magical, alien-like. Like swimming through a galaxy of tiny pulsating stars. So bizarre and so cool. Budget tip: bring cash. There are no ATMs here, like none. It's cash only. Everything is super affordable. Homestay meals included, fresh-caught fish and rice, rustic paradise on a shoestring. The Togeans are for true adventurers, for people who want to disconnect and just exist in a beautiful place. Okay, for our last stop, we went back to Bali. I know, I said we were avoiding the obvious. But we went to Ubud, and we did it the right way. My way, the chill way. Ubud can be super touristy, but step a few feet off the main road and you find real peace and serenity. It's the cultural and spiritual heart of Bali. You can feel that energy if you look for it. We stayed in a small guest house tucked behind rice paddies. Sunrise hitting the bright green terraces, a core memory. It was so peaceful. The only sounds were like birds and maybe a distant scooter.
We rented bicycles. Cheap, perfect way to explore. Pedaling with no plan, riding through tiny villages. Little kids running out to wave and shout, "Hello!"
We got lost in winding paths through rice terraces. You see the real Bali, people working in the fields, little temples and offerings everywhere. It's immersive. And the food, oh my god. Skip the fancy vegan cafes. The magic is in local warongs. We ate our way through Ubud. Incredible. Food is huge to the culture. These spots feel authentic. We booked a guided walk with a village guide, through jungle, through rice fields. He explained plants and their medicinal uses, the Subak irrigation system, UNESCO heritage, and the philosophy behind Balinese Hinduism. More than a walk, a lesson in culture and life. Ubud can be whatever you want, a busy tourist hub or a quiet spiritual retreat. You just have to explore a little. For me, it was the perfect way to end the trip, a place about balance, nature and culture, energy and calm. It soothes your soul. My soul needed soothing. And a lot of nasi campur. So, that was it. 7 places, 7 completely different kinds of paradise. My skin is sunburnt, my hair is a mess, and I have like a million mosquito bites, but my brain and my heart feel so full. Indonesia is just one of those places that gets under your skin in the best way possible. It's so much more than just Bali. It's this collection of thousands of islands, each with its own soul, its own secrets, and its own definition of beauty. And the best part is, you don't have to be a millionaire to see it. The most amazing experiences often don't come with a hefty price tag. They come from renting a scooter and getting lost, from staying with a local family who teaches you a few words in their language, from eating a $2 meal that tastes better than anything you've ever had. It's about being open, being curious, and being willing to step a little bit outside your comfort zone. That's where the magic really happens. I feel like I left little pieces of my heart scattered all across those islands. I hope this inspired you to maybe look at a map and pick a place you've never heard of. To go on an adventure that's a little bit wild and a little bit unexpected. Travel smart, travel beautifully, discover more, spend less. Thank you so much for coming on this little journey with me. It meant a lot. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe to Earth on Budget.